Okay. Let me find what it is.
We left him behind.
Yeah, he wasn't. I believe I sent him off. No, I sent him off to go find the tabaxi. Even before I touched the golden thing.
Okay. So you wake up. The room is very much the way you left it. Kind of wonder how, like, in the room, like, you would have slept. Would you have slept next to everybody? Would they have also?
No, I mean, I probably would have slept in the hallway because I was worried about things coming down.
Okay.
So
That's fine. So yeah, you're in a sort of a 20 by 15 room. The hallway that Malvine is in is essentially the hallway from the throne room that you came down. And there's only one door.
If everyone is up, awake, and ready to start the day, let's go.
Okay.
Turn it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have 4:30 a.m. ears.
4:30 a.m. ears.
Yeah.
What's that look like?
What is on the other side of that? It's a hallway.
It is.
And there's a thing in the corner.
That thing is not intentional.
Oh, okay.
So who's going? What's the order of travel?
Lenny.
He's first.
Lenny is first and sometimes only.
Lenny might be the most stealthy at this point.
I'll control Hornbuckle just for thing, but he'll be. I'm going to the back of. I'll be in the rear.
Oh.
You don't want me up front.
Oh.
I'm making noise.
He's rolling at disadvantage.
I'm making noise. There's no matter of fact. I should like travel not exactly with the group.
Okay.
So if someone's gonna have to be,
Well,
you know,
I'll clank behind him.
okay, and then barrel. I'm just gonna I'm putting just Hornbuckle, just so you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's not coming.
Yeah, he's not here tonight. I wonder if I can do that. Can I? Oh yeah,
Or you just move him off if you want
there
to.
we go.
Oh, nice.
there we go.
Okay. There's a door at the end. Let's see what's behind it.
You first, Lenny.
Always.
You're just opening up the door.
Yes.
Right. So the door sort of like slams open. Inside it is a very large sort of chamber room. There are various alcoves, and I'm going to try to draw these freehand.
So there's no way to put you. You're either in or you out. But I advanced.
Oh, I can turn the grid off too. If it's just easier for me to draw it.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can just.
I just don't want you to think that he went a full 5 feet in. I just.
Open the door.
It'd be really nice if I could have the grid, but not have everything locked to it. I don't think I can. Unfortunately. Here be you. I really need to learn my shortcut keys here. So in each alcove, they actually go back a little bit further, and as you sort of get into the room, you can see that they're a little more than 6 feet deep and a little wider than probably 2.5, 3. And each one of them, there is a coffin, essentially. And it looks like this might be the beginnings of sort of family crypt or mausoleum underneath the manor.
My experience has taught me anything, that if we open or touch one of these, something bad will happen. Would you agree with that?
What's up there?
Or
It's up to you guys.
Yeah,
I
you know
have,
what?
I have no idea about your experience, so I wouldn't agree with
I would say you've been with me enough to know that touching one of these is a bad idea. That's a bad thing. It's a room full of coffins.
There's a couple like little berserkers.
oh my!
Oh,
Just dangling off the wall.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would yell that, don't touch anything.
Don't touch the bras. Wall sconces.
And I would actually go to the door on the left and peek in and see if there's anything on the other side of that one.
Okay.
Which
It's
one? The left?
Yeah.
Okay.
that. Okay. Here I will number 1, 2. That is not a 2. 2.
It sort of looks like a 2. There we go.
Now it looks like a 2 after I redraw it. There we go. All right. So this is all the doors that you can tell are sort of iron wrought gates.
Mhm.
They look like they've sort of been chained with locks, but the locks are pretty old and rusty. They look like they've been used within the last probably few months at least. But they're probably pretty easy to break if you were so inclined.
I would be inclined.
Are you inclined?
I am inclined.
Okay, go ahead and it's pretty easy attack roll. But let's just go ahead and make it like a armor class iron's probably what, like 15 maybe?
Probably usually a door is 10 hit points for a solid oak door.
Okay. For like iron though.
How you said it's old, so
Yeah.
I mean 12, 13, or 12 to 15.
Do you need me to make a hit attack?
Yeah, well let's call it 13. We'll call it 13 AC to see if you can get through it.
17.
Okay, and you're using the axe.
I am.
So it's pretty easy. You don't even have to like really swing hard down on it. You just kind of like drop it and chip away, and it opens up.
Okay, what's on the other side?
That's a good question. There's going to be end caps on this, but there's actually no door on it. This is what I get for not getting this ready to go. I drew a door there, but there's not actually a door there. Let's see if I can.
Just drag the black. Oh, it's a hallway. Okay. It's like if it's just a dead end, then just pull the black skirting.
Where did you go? Why did you not? Oh, that's why.
So do I like have Brother Hornbuckle like in a baby carrier slip in
Yes,
front of
he's
me?
Yoda.
No, he's just walking.
Oh, okay.
He's just,
He's
until we can drop
praying.
until we can
Its
drop
own
him
little
out.
world.
Looks like it opens up in here, and I'm seeing an open space.
Is it dark in there? Can you see me?
There are wall sconces in here, so
Okay.
it's pretty easy to like.
No, it looks like there's wall sconces.
Look like they're from Bed Bath & Beyond.
Yes.
Or Wayfair.
There's like scented candles.
Can I do the like peek around each corner thing?
Yeah.
What? I don't want to go in. I just want to peek around.
So as you sort of peek in, things sort of light up, are lit, I should say. You can sort of see toward your right where there looks like there might be a little bit of an alcove that goes back into the room that you came in from. But as you're sort of looking around, there's various, probably about every 15 feet, there's a column that looks like it's supporting the weight of sort of the crypt to keep the manor up above from falling down. There's the carvings along the wall are actually probably what draw your eye the most. At first, when you look at it, it looks like it's just a bunch of like sort of relief carvings of snakes. And as you get closer, it looks like they're more of like snakes, but also there's reptile people. And from where you're at, you can't really see where like any other detail from that.
Is it off? Are they off to my left?
They're all sort of like around as you look. So here, let me draw. Let's find what's a good snake color? Blue. So they're all on the wall here, all along here.
Okay. Can I take a look at them?
Yeah.
Beryl glares at the snake cutouts, carvings.
We move this little block to the back. That way Matthias isn't blocked off.
So what's it look like?
Go ahead and roll me like a perception or an investigation or even history.
Let's take a look at. I'll do history.
As well.
Okay.
Yeah.
4.
Okay. It looks like just like interweavings of like
You want to go right
Snake
back
serpents and snakes.
Oh, okay.
Sure. I will
Some of
look
them
at
look like
it
they've got okay.
closer.
Some of them look like they might have arms and
Yeah, Beryl. What do you see? Like what does this mean? There's snake things with arms and hands.
And do what now?
like history or investigation or perception. Even Arcana might be
Perception. Give me 13.
okay. You see that these are definitely depictions of lizard people, sort of hybrids between lizards and snakes and humans. There are some anthropomorphic versions of them. Some of them have snake heads. Some of them have bodies. Some of them have snakes that look like they might have human heads. And so for you, having a little bit more knowledge probably about the history, you know that these might be representations of like Naga and Yanti and even in lizard folk.
Yeah, I do have proficiency with history when it's stone
What's your
work. Stone cunning, when you make history check relating to origin of stonework, you're considered proficient in history.
okay?
So if you look at the columns,
Yeah.
you'd be able to tell who they
Probably you'd be able to know that one of the ancient races in the Forgotten Realms is the Saruk, which is sort of the preamble to the lizard folk, Naga
I
and
feel like
Yanti.
people.
Yeah, so they're an ancient sort of lizard race who dealt with ancient magics, and at one point the Saruk sort of died off, disappeared. There's not really any versions of them anymore, but in their place, the three races started to exist.
The lizard folk, the Yanti.
And the Naga. And you know the Naga and the Yanti are sort of at this sort of ancient struggle.
Snakes.
I didn't have to be snake.
For Lenny, like this just looks like the weirdest
Snake party.
snake orgy that you've ever seen. Like you don't even like they're just intertwined and weaving
That's
around
weird.
each other.
That's weird. That's deeply weird, man.
Snake porn.
Deeply weird. Weird.
But for the like barrels, you can obviously tell like this is some sort of like just ancient depiction of sort of like this lifelong battle between the three races.
So is there a snake map in here? Does it mean anything?
History, it's like a mural.
So no.
No, Lenny.
Okay.
It's kind of like the rituals, frescoes that had different rituals. None of the rituals were specific to.
Snake religion?
No, they actually. Yonki was one of the frescoes. The snake people one was one of the ones that wrote. At least I wrote down. But it's just there's no real meaning besides it just being a portrait.
Mm.
Well, is it like they're split? Like it starts out with the ancestor and then they're split as it goes along?
So like you could probably see that there's
As they diverge from each other?
yeah, like a very distinct sort of portrait mural timeline going around the surface of it. And Brody, I'm kind of doing this good for you because you've actually got your dark vision would be able to see this.
So there's a couple doors down the way.
And then this actually opens back.
The circles in the middle, they're columns.
Mm.
So
And as you sort of get to the columns, you see that they're sort of built in a way that even though they go to the ceiling, they're sort of structured like there's this corkscrew that sort of goes up them. And there's sort of like very crude carvings of like snakes sort of going up.
Snakes.
we should check that door in front of me just to make sure that it connects us to the crypt.
Mm.
It's not a standalone.
Let me
me
do it.
It looks like it doubles back. There's not really an extra door.
Yeah, looks like it. Doesn't look like there's an extra door or anything.
It doesn't look like there's an extra door.
Okay. Which way should we go from here?
Let's go.
There's two more doors down here.
Let's head down there. Let's check out those doors.
We also passed another door back in the back. Back in the other room. Back in the coffin room.
In the crypt room.
The coffin room. The coffin room.
So for Beryl, and this doesn't roll up Lenny at all, but as you sort of go around, you do realize that there's a very clear timeline. And at a certain point, the mural sort of starts to wrap back around that sort of corridor. And it goes from being sort of snake people to a large sort of cigarette shape. And on it looks like, you can't quite make it out. You don't know if it's a crystal, but it looks like it's sort of like a crude mechanism of either crystal or some sort of gem, or it looks like there might be like a halo surrounding it, but it's clearly sort of emanating energy upwards. And at the top, you realize there's a large sort of black serpentine creature sort of like looping around itself, with its head facing sort of down. So like this whole mural in this end of the hallway is sort of like all directing your gaze up at the scene that's now looking down on sort of the scene. And
When you say it's like encircling itself, are you like Ouroboros style, or
It's sort of like looped around on itself. It's not like trying to eat itself. It's just sort of like, it's the only way you can really depict this, like a snake sort of sitting in two-dimensional space. Just let me double check everybody's passive perception here. This is actually really great. Oh, where'd she go? Why are you doing that to me? Slowing down, all right.
oh, it's a snake-looking thing.
Yeah. So Malvine, this might be one of the few chances, like having a passive ability is good because your passive perception is good enough that you can sort of see above you. There are small like holes sort of drilled into the ceiling, and just as you sort of like realize that, you watch something sort of slither out and fall, and it falls right on top of Lenny.
Well, Lenny knows that he has something on him now, so I'll tell everybody else to look out for the holes dropping things.
So what? Like, is it a snake? Or,
Yeah.
Okay, so
You just sort of brush it off. Okay.
Yeah. That's snake.
So it just sort of like goes and slithers off, and you watch it slither into the wall. And along the bottom, there are sort of holes all the way around it.
There's snakes in this room, not just picture snakes, but real snakes.
You see that? Thank you.
Yes. We should get out of here before lots of real snakes come in, because that would be bad.
At least they're little snakes.
I will roll a survival or nature to see if I could identify. Since I'm proficient with poisoners, I'll know poisonous snakes if I can see it. So, nature is a 12.
Okay, and that's with disadvantage?
Yes. I got my roll.
He's getting
I know what I'm
tired.
supposed to do.
He's getting tired.
The
of
lowest
it.
die.
That one doesn't look like it's poisonous.
Okay.
It looks fairly harmless.
Okay.
But you do start to notice that there are a lot of these holes, and this looks like it's easily a place where either a bunch of snakes could like crawl into if they're sort of aware of
Bless you.
sort of prey. But there doesn't seem to be any other sort of getting in now.
And there's no sacrificial remains of skeletons of people that might have been left to sacrifice.
Let me go to the door on the eastern wall and see.
Okay.
See if it's a solid door or if it's another one of those gate doors.
No, it's a solid door.
That one.
Yeah, I'd like to try and open it.
Okay.
See if it's unlocked or locked.
It's not locked. It's a fairly sturdy sort of wood door.
I don't even know how.
With iron banding on it. So it's a little heavier than just an average door, but it opens fairly well, fairly easy.
What's on the other side? Let's find out.
There's a. Let's find out.
I feel like Lenny is a Gryffindor.
Yeah.
More impulsive than Huffledore.
Huffledore. I don't even know what that means.
Is a room full of snakes?
There's not a room full of snakes.
Okay.
But what you see in the center of it is a circular sort of platform. It's about 2 feet off the ground, stone all the way around. It looks like it's sort of got various stations carved along the bottom of it, and then there's sort of a bevel edge that runs probably like an 1.5 lip over the top of it. And then on top of it is sort of a carving of a large, what looks like a hooded snake.
Okay. The room's empty. There's nothing in there.
Right.
Okay.
Lenny will go down and check the other door.
Okay, I want to look in the empty room because that seems weird that it's completely empty. I am going to verify this. I'm going to look in the doorway.
Okay.
I guess Gryffindor. The other one I've seen is that they just try the door to see if it's locked.
Oh, okay. Knox. I like that. Yeah.
Knox.
Well, the other version I've seen is that the Hufflepuff just actually tries the door to see if it's locked without the.
Okay.
That's
So
good
you're at the door of the so-called empty room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Perception.
Yeah. Sure.
17.
Okay. And you're looking in.
Yeah.
You're not just looking at the door. Okay. I just want to make
Yeah.
specify. So yeah, you see sort of this sort of circular platform, and on it is this really nice, because stonework. Like this took some time to sort of carve. Like there's pretty intricate detail in the scales, and then what you see is the eyes actually look like they've got some sort of coloring to them.
Like gem or paint,
Possibly, yeah.
and it's like a cobra looking.
It's like a hooded snake. So probably cobra is about the best.
Like.
So can I open up that door?
And Jimmy in it.
Well, you said it was stuck or locked, or
I don't think I said.
well, no,
anything about
I'm
it.
just trying to open the door.
Trying to lock, so it doesn't feel like locked, but it feels like the mechanism in the doorknob doesn't work as well. So it takes a little bit.
So, like, if I needed to, I'd give it a shoulder.
A shoulder. Okay. Did you do me? That is not the right button. Sorry. Why? It's being weird. This is more like an octagonal room than anything, but
Eat too much water. That's the bad thing.
There's not a such thing as drinking too much water, is there?
Hyperhidrosis, right?
yeah.
It's like you gotta be like, what, 10 gallons or what?
I don't know how
It
much.
depends on your body, but yes, you can drink too much water. But dihydrogen monoxide, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Dihydrogen monoxide.
Dihydrogen monoxide, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Dangerous.
just dangerous.
Yep, should be banned. You are right.
Sounds bad, and that ain't good.
Exactly. Exactly.
Do you want pizza? Those are some pizza while he's going on.
Yeah.
Pee break.
Don't get old. Creak, crack.
Don't get old.
Creak, crack.
It ain't worth it, I hear.
Oh, nice. Did he describe anything?
So not in the new room, the Cagano room.
Okay.
The other one has like you
The
heard that
cobra,
bit with
yeah.
the cobra like
Yep.
fancy carving.
No, it was super flat.
Uh-oh.
It was from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Sure.
I think we have a kobold.
Ooh. Momo?
Momo?
Hello.
Hey! Did you actually walk in without knocking?
I knocked.
I heard it.
I did walk in though.
Manners, child. Oh,
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
you're off hanging out with the Tabaxi right now, so
Well, we don't know. That's where he went to go look for.
hypothetically. I mean,
Somewhere.
is that your done?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot we still had pizza here, so I ate dinner.
Oh.
I had time to kill, like 2 hours between getting off work and looking at the apartment.
Oh, that's what it was. That's right. I was like, you got off 2 hours ago. Why did we wait? But you got a nap, so that's good.
Well, I didn't have to.
Yeah,
I didn't have to take a nap. I just took my time, did my workout.
Yeah, I went because we got the late start. I did go. Usually, I schedule so I don't go to the gym on Fridays. It's my rest day,
Oh,
just so because I have to come home, clean the house, get everything ready,
Yeah.
do all the stuff in order so I'm not embarrassed when y'all show up. And so, but because we had the late start, I was like, well, fuck it, I can go to the pharmacy, get what I need there, go work out, and then still have time to clean up.
Well, if I get this apartment, we can also have that place. to play.
Nice.
is that the one above the theater? Is that the one you're thinking about?
No,
That. Okay.
I don't know about that. One second.
I just remember from a couple of weeks ago that one of those condos, I guess they're being turned into.
Oh,
B&B.
the old bank.
Yeah. Or near the theater.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Christine has this place. She's Airbnb. They're going to Airbnb them at least until November,
Because they can make more money.
and they need it after the renovations of that whole.
I'm sure they
entire-
made it nice.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Then they can rent it out to Ledgy Session.
they're not sure. They don't want to. They want to push ledge people into McKinnon because they own that one now too. So. But they're nice. But they, they're not underwater, but they definitely extended themselves. So to have a summer of making up for it definitely doesn't hurt. And also, you don't deal with renters. I mean, renters come with a tad bit of
Issues.
expectations
Yeah.
their expectations are higher than their performance as tenants a lot of times.
One of the reasons I've been looking to get out of where I'm at is because of the two new neighbors, particularly the one right next to me. And the place has just gotten really
They have no
trashy since
self-control.
those two people moved in. Like,
They made-
not two people, like,
three
they have
new
hordes of
characters.
people in and out in
Crap.
different cars all the time.
Yeah.
But they
Ticket,
scream
you're
at
not
each
using the
other.
free
I
version.
can never
No.
do laundry because
No,
they
but
do
I-
laundry all the time.
I didn't just
They'll
get it
throw
to
my
make more
clothes out on the
characters.
ground
I got it
or
because
even if they're
if
still
one
in the
person in
dryer.
your campaign
Oh,
Yeah.
has
Successfully done laundry there 4 times all year.
yeah, that's not
so I think
cool.
I have all the spells.
One of
and
those
all
because
the,
I had a holiday off, so I was able to do it
things
during the
that can
daytime.
affect
I stayed
characters.
home and did laundry on Memorial
no
Day.
You
monsters.
almost have to camp out in the laundry room while your loads are going through.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
but it's so hot in there.
This is
But
I
yeah,
have to bring. Oh, I got my new
So,
Savaria from Hero.
we'll see.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It does have better laundry
I'll have to bring
facilities
some of
than
my
It's
brushes.
not free laundry
You've got most of my
facilities.
brown, so
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
can
good.
get them back.
I'll just bring her tomorrow.
Which, I mean, there's only
I
one
haven't
washer
got
and
it.
dryer, but
All right.
You don't have to share it as much.
So what does Lenny see?
What do I see?
You see sort of an octagonal. It is an octagonal. It's not sort of room. All the way across it, it's probably 8 so 40 feet from corner to corner essentially, and then the south end Right now you see sort of doors on the left and the right. As you sort of like look into the room, there's sort of from half down. There's doors.
Oh wow.
Like 5 doors. So there's one in east, west, and south, and then there's 2 in the southeast and southwest.
So I'd flip around and say, "Hey, it's a room full of doors."
What an amazing discovery, Lenny.
So I'm gonna walk in.
Okay.
Of course.
Is he tagging along, or is
Not yet.
He's
No.
hanging out.
is a lizard board going to show up unexpectedly here?
Maybe.
That's a kobold, not a lizard.
I mean, technically, we've broken through a throne and an iron gate to get here. For him to magically appear here,
That would be impressive.
yeah, you know.
Although we've left a trail of destruction.
So
Because not all those statues, I mean, they were. Some of them were temporarily obstructed.
yeah.
I mean,
Honestly,
one of them just
confronted with a room full of doors, Lenny would honestly open all of them.
Yeah.
Like
Lenny
he
would
would.
run in and start.
How far do you want to
opening
go
doors.
in, or do you just want to run to the first
No,
door?
like he would do the circle, like walk around, look at all the doors,
Okay.
Decide which one he likes the best.
Who's going in
and then
next?
just start like walking around either clockwise or counterclockwise.
Just opening up all the doors.
Opening, looking in.
I'll stand in the doorway. I ain't going in yet.
Is there anything in the center, the room,
Like on the floor.
or any,
There's this like sort of a circular sort of inlay. It's essentially like looks like marble flooring, but there's a large sort of 15-foot diameter circle. It looks pretty similar to the artwork that you've seen so far.
Yeah, I mean, what he would start doing is opening a door, looking to see what's on the other side, close, like walk, look, see.
I'm never gonna have another room that has multiple doors in it ever again. without setting this thing up beforehand.
Sorry, that
It's
is what he would.
Lenny.
Yeah, unless
I'm-
Malvine's up front convincing you to take it slow.
Yeah. I mean, because he's curious. He doesn't
Yeah.
know any.
You could, lock the doors.
Would you like me to start closing the doors and attempting to lock them?
No, the DM could have them locked so Lenny can't open.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But then all you have to do is just bust them.
It'll take more time.
I mean, I could with disadvantage try to unlock them.
Let's just let Lenny do Lenny.
You know, if you don't, you could just roll a 50%. Now that someone brought it up, you could just roll your percentile to see if it's locked or not to slow them down.
I don't want to slow it down. I want to do the fun stuff. So Lenny, in the first door, what you find is a sort of large. It's sort of a rectangular platform, sort of in the center of the room, and on it is a large sort of black sarcophagus. There's some sort of is again pretty similar carving to what you've seen.
Okay.
These are more snake-like people than what lizard people, and they don't look like dragonborn. It's something that you can easily discern.
Okay. There's a coffin in there.
Okay. Next room.
What's the next one?
I suppose I'll go in the room a little more now that Lenny at least stay behind.
Oh, you don't want to look at that. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a coffin in that one. What's in this one?
Oh, there we go. So this one sort of extends a long corridor, and there's a door. I can't draw an angle because it fucking sucks. One of the limits of Roll20.
Okay.
But there's a door at the end.
Okay, I'll just say hallway in this one.
Next one.
Mhm.
This is where it starts on and it's locked. This one looks like it sort of opens up into a small treasure store, where there are different chests, sort of like stacked very neatly against the back wall. There's one of them that's open, and it looks like there might be like gold, like doubloons, and some gems and stuff in it.
Okay, Lenny will stop at this
Wait,
one.
can we time out? Can we go above board?
Yeah.
We really rushed through the long rest, but can I ask now whether or not Lenny or Matthias?
Yes, I did.
Detective magic.
I did.
So we can have fucking detect magic.
Yes, you can.
I initially selected it, but then I just changed it
Okay.
to something else, so he at least has it now.
Okay.
Not
So
only do
then-
I have it, I have it
so a long
twice
rest.
on cleric and paladin.
Yeah, but
So
you
I would be able
actually
to change my
memorized
spells
it
as well?
for
Yes.
it's in your spell slots. Okay.
Yes. It's in the-
I don't know what you did. You're off on your own.
That's fair.
You made friends with the cat person.
Maybe-
Started
Well,
playing
no.
like with a ball of string.
She ran off to get armor and weapons, and we told her that they were there. That was after the fight. But then Molo went with us to do the elemental.
Yes.
After the elemental, before we went into the room of stuffed animals and the golden skull, I told Molo, just to drop him out, to go find the tabaxi to make sure she was okay. They're not.
Okay.
We don't know if they're together or not, but it was just a way to get
Rid of
Molo
them.
off the grid. So they're not together.
And now
Well,
you're
unless
just gonna try to figure out how to get Molo back on the grid.
So then if you have detect magic and you've made mention to it, Malvine will encourage you to detect magic if you're going to go. And I assume that while you see stuff you're telling us.
Yeah.
Then Malvine will tell you to detect magic to see if there's anything magical.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll do that. And first,
And if there's no magic, he'll encourage you to let me do one other thing before that.
yeah, it's a first level spell. Do you want me to do anything, or
But no, I want you to hold tight. 'Cause
you got it?
I apparently didn't bring my notebook with me.
Oh no.
What about your backpack?
That's what I just looked in.
Oh, what about your suitcase bag?
Is there a way for you to invite me
Oh,
to
no.
this?
It's probably sitting. I had a whole list of like things that I had ready
That's
to
why I
go.
asked you first, because
Um,
he's
that's
doing
fine.
stuff.
Yeah, no, I just
Hold on a second.
Okay.
It doesn't need to be.
Pause.
Right now, but, okay,
Well, okay. Pause. I'll figure it out when we take it at the next break.
got it.
So there are a few things in here that sort of, I'm assuming you're concentrating on it.
Mhm.
Can you walk me through detect magic again?
No, it is a concentration.
everything
Duration is
Here,
10
I'm pulling it
minutes.
up right now.
Well, there's you,
glows within 60 feet.
but it requires you to concentrate.
You know, wait, here we go.
yeah.
How about this?
10 minutes.
How about this? We'll just pull it up here so everybody can read it.
That also works.
See, this
Yeah.
is
That also
Oh, hey, look.
yeah. Look at
Hey.
content sharing.
Detect magic. There you go.
I think this is
There it
basic
is.
rule.
Wow.
There you go.
30 feet.
Oh, 30 feet, not 60. And with the aura, you can request what type of magic it is.
Oh, hey, can I steal my Dungeon Master's guide back from you? Briefly. Sorry. This is I had stuff written down, so I didn't have to look for it. So yeah, there are a couple of different objects that sort of resonate. They're a little buried, like you'd have to sort of dig through them. And as you sort of dig through them, you have to go through like some different gold and silver coins and some gems. And
Are you digging
sort of
around in them?
jewels.
Or are you just looking?
No,
where the
I'm
magic
just
is?
looking.
Okay.
Yeah.
There, so you can definitely tell. Okay, so in one of the chests, it's going to tell it something a little further down.
Powering on.
Okay, lady. And then are you concentrating on it?
Yeah.
Okay. One of them
Ready
is
to pair.
you're paired, bitch. Is evocation.
Oh,
And then the other one is probably like enchantment.
okay. Little stuff in here. I don't know what it is, but it's magical.
Melvin will just go to the door. What do the chests looks like? So how many chests are there?
There's three. There's two sort of on the sort of like stacked up on top of them, sort of in the middle, and it's the one that's open.
Okay. And you felt the magic from which ones?
The
one that's open.
The one that's open. Both magic ones felt they were open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So both magic items are in the one.
In the one that open. Okay. And would you attempt to shoot an arrow into the other two?
Why?
Well, remember the last time we touched?
Well, we could poke it with a stick.
Well, okay.
Does anyone have a stick?
but we're not in the room right now. This
They're not
way,
there.
I know.
if we,
Might be a
shooting
trap.
it a range along, and I might not hit it with this fucker, but at least maybe we should do a ranged attack and not even go in the room unless we know.
Okay. Not even go in the room. Got it.
I will attempt a range attack with my bow on one of the closed ones.
Okay.
Powering on.
So that's my first natural 20 of the night. So it would be 19
Ready
to
to
hit.
pair.
Nice. With a resounding thwack, the arrow, is it a crossbow or a bow or
It's a short bow.
short bow?
Yeah.
So yeah, you get a nice sharp thwack right into the chest.
Okay, and then
I'm trying to keep parrying with you. There's a switch on the bottom of it.
does he detect
Powering
any
on.
sort of magical thing that happens when it hits it?
The chest, no.
Like it's not trying to pull the arrow sideways or anything like that.
Mhm.
Okay, then I will attempt to shoot the other chest with the arrow. So that would be a 9.
Okay. You still hit it. It's basically the same result. It sort of hits it. You sort of like don't hit it square on this time. It sort of hits it and then kicks out. But nothing happens to the arrow itself.
Okay, so the arrow flies away though. It
It
doesn't.
just sort of like hits and
it
sort of
doesn't get
bounces off of
attracted
it.
to it.
Nope.
Okay.
Lenny is going to walk up and poke the open chest with the handle of his axe. Like
Okay.
he's going to hold on to the axe and just poke.
Like a nice soft.
Poke. Yeah, poke.
So you get sort of a thunk thunk, but it's not hollow. Obviously, it sounds like you're basically
Well, I'm hitting the lid.
the lid that's open.
Yeah.
Okay.
See if it like bites down on it.
Nothing.
Nothing. Looks good. Looks like money.
Is the spellcaster the only one who could actually detect the magic, or is the aura visible by other people?
So with the detect magic, that's something. If you concentrate on it, you can determine the school of magic that's on it.
No,
What
he's
if-
asking if other people.
No,
Oh, yeah.
you can see it through your eyes.
Okay.
The person
Only the
that cast it.
spellcaster.
Can can he also see it because he is able to cast detect magic?
He isn't though.
I switched it.
You switched it
Yeah,
out,
but
so
he's
you
not
don't
the
have
one
it, or
He didn't cast the spell.
I didn't.
It only
cast-
works when you cast it.
Oh,
Or
okay.
the caster.
Hypothetical. You're talking.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
like
what
if
I
you
was.
both cast it at the same time, like if we were in a really big above board, if we were like in a 100-foot room and we wanted to do detect magic, so you start on that way and then you set on that way, then he would be able to look over and you're like, look at this. And he's like, oh shit, that's evocation.
Well, the reason I was asking was I didn't know if it was like black light where you shine it on something
Yeah,
and
no.
anyone who can see black light can
no,
see it.
it's only in your own vision.
Okay. Sounds good. Looks good. There's money here.
So Brother Hornbuckle will go in with them to
Okay.
collect the loot.
all right.
Use a glove because we don't know what the.
You're running Hornbuckle. I'm just throwing him in there since he's
I was going to tell him.
he's the treasurer.
Use a glove because we don't know what thing is magic in
So
there.
I sort of want to this is a lot, and we haven't been using encumbrance at all. But this is a full chest full of coins and jewels.
So we have to split it up. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying, yeah, you probably need to split it up because I'm not sure if a halfling is going to be able to carry as much of this.
Okay.
Sidebar, and actually into sort of an encounter. Your Skulls was super chatty, and the minute he lays eyes on some of the stuff that's in this chest, his teeth start chattering, and he sort of is eyeballing the chest really hard. And you sort of have just a mix of gold and silver coins on top of it. There are some jewels and gems and stuff that are also sort of poking out the top of it.
I will tell everybody that he super likes whatever's in there.
Good. So do I.
So yeah, I mean, if we want to divide it up, I'll keep a note of what Hornbuckle. If you want to figure out how much treasure is there, then we split it up, amongst all of us.
The total, you're probably looking at a couple hundred silver. Probably, I'd say we'll go with 235 silver. We'll go with 75 gold, and then there's any number of gems and jewels that are in there. And the minute you start pulling some of those out, if a skull without flesh and muscle consolidate, as you sort of start pulling the gems out of there, he looks like a kid in a candy store. Essentially, he's just starting to get really jittery and bounce. He's not giving you shit. For you, that feels like
Like a bath?
Oh, he's quiet in a.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's not talking. He's not chattering at a batter at a baseball game. He's
Right. So
Well, I guess I'll head up at least to the doorway there, or in there if they need help
Okay.
grabbing this stuff.
and we're just gonna say, there's probably, we'll say 11 different jewels, and they're all different kinds. There's also one of the things that pops out is there's a sort of a locket. There's a necklace with a small locket sort of under on it. And then as you get down to the bottom of it, there's this sort of purplish black silk cloth that's at the bottom of the treasure chest. And it looks like it might be cloth that's folded in over itself.
So everybody takes 47 silver pieces, 15 gold pieces, and 2 magic items.
And so, Malvine, as you sort of like take the gems in your hand, like the skull is literally like looking like straight down at your hands as you sort of put them away.
So there's magic stuff in here. Who wants it?
And the locket and the cloth are both what is giving off
Yeah.
the magic.
Yeah.
Can you describe what's giving off the magic?
So it looks like there's a locket thing and a rug or a tablecloth or something.
It's pretty accurate.
Can I look at the cloth?
Sure.
Yeah.
See.
Sure.
let's pick
Lenny
it up.
will grab it and hold it up like it's a
Okay.
cape.
So it's really intricately woven, and it's essentially it is a cape. You can see sort of like where there would be two clasps on it, and the clasps themselves are actually spiders. And it looks like there's a very faint sort of pattern of various striations that come off that look like they're woven in a much lighter, almost translucent fabric, and there's sort of weavings that sort of interconnect with the different striations all the way around.
So sort of spider webby looking.
Would I, with my favorite foe and with my history, could I detect if it was drow in origin?
Yeah, actually, without like you wouldn't even need to roll. You would know that you've definitely seen like high level people like drow wear these sort of garments before.
And what was the magic on that one?
Evocation?
That's a good question. Evocation
You said
was
evocation
on
and
the
enchant.
darkness.
On the what?
On the locket.
On
The locket, sorry.
Okay. So then you said enchanting is what you said.
Yeah, enchantment. Yeah. So there would have been evocation on the locket and then enchantment on the cloak.
So I'll explain the history that I know of that being a drow garment. And if it's enchanted, that means there's something like you probably have to put it on, and it might even want to attune to you, and then there'd be a benefit of it. It could be anything from as powerful as like, I mean, it could be more powerful, but like web. You could walk on walls. It might give you, it all depends on what it is. But
That sounds pretty good. I mean, Lenny will give it a shot.
Okay. So you're putting it on?
Sure.
Okay. It looks dashing on you.
Awesome.
Your gold skin and sort of platinum armor.
Yeah.
And like this purplish dark cloak.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
Cool. There's still this locket thing.
What does it look like?
It's golden. Actually held up pretty well for how long you think it might have been down here. It's got sort of a vine sort of pattern around it, and it feels like it's probably hollow, like it's got like it would open up, and then it's got a picture. There's like a small latch on the side of it.
Can I open it up?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's in it?
You are instantly. Is everybody in the room at this point, or
No.
Well,
I mean,
I was like
Malvine's
in
not,
the doorway, but I
mean,
wasn't
yeah,
really
I mean,
all the way
I've-
in. I was
I've-
like standing looking in, but not in the room.
everybody that's
it would be that.
yeah, okay. So everybody that's in the room is completely surrounded by it, and for you two, you're sort of on the edges of it. As Matthias sort of opens this thing up, you are now suddenly enveloped in just pitch black.
I would
What did you do?
I would recognize that as a darkness spell, just because I have it.
Undo
So
whatever
I'm
you
gonna
did.
yell. I'm gonna yell inside.
What did you do?
Whatever you did, undo it.
Fix
That
it.
is a darkness spell.
Okay, I'm going to close it back up.
Okay. Darkness goes away. You kind of have everybody who, everybody has to pretty much like sort of adjust your eyesight, even those with dark vision. So
Blinky and
I take it while I had that open. that I could not see actually what was inside of it when it was open because of the darkness spell, right?
I mean, you would have been able to see because you were in the dark.
Okay. So this might be useful to hang on to. This might come in handy.
Melvin will approach and say, I will give you my 2 gems for the locket. I cast darkness. I can only do it once per day. But if I have that, then whenever we need it, I could open it up.
But then you'd be dark.
I'm used to living in the dark, Lenny. Remember when you were trapped in all dark and I told you to run to me? I told you to run?
Yeah, you said run.
That was the darkness. I just will be able to do it more than once.
Okay, that makes sense. You should give it to him.
So I pull out the 2 gems, ignore the skull, and almost actually more taunting him almost as I'm like, 2 gems. I don't know what they're worth yet. We haven't assessed them. But it's just I know how to use that. And
yeah, it's also something that I don't have the ability for otherwise. I don't have the spell for, so that would be something new in my bag too.
Was it local to the locket? When he opened it, it appeared all around him.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's localized. Actually, Melvin kind of cops an attitude a little bit, but he goes, "Yep, you're probably right. You keep it. You'll need it when you escape." And he puts them away. Just open it up when you want to run, and just know what direction you want to run in.
Yeah.
And he looks over at Lenny.
That's good. I like it.
But the idea of the spell is only if they're the only people that can see into it is those that are from infernal backgrounds, demons and devils and select people here on the surface. No one else can see into it, even if they have special sight like me. So you just, when you want to run, open it, and they won't be able to attack you as you run away.
It's like a super shield.
Yeah.
And I know how much you love shields. So.
I mean, they'll still be able to try to hit you, but the likelihood of them hitting you is reduced greatly.
Yeah, but it's a one-off. You won't be able to.
Well, let's do an experiment and open it up again.
Yeah, let's see. Does it work?
It could just be every single time you open it, it casts, or it might be you might have 2. Yeah, I've seen things.
It has to recharge.
Melvin's explaining sometimes they work on the dawn when the sun comes up, and you can use it 3 times before the sun comes up, or 1 time.
So do it again.
Okay, I'll open it up again. What happens?
Nothing this time.
So it's a 1-time use. Probably, I bet you tomorrow, if you open it, it will work.
Okay. I'll consider your offer. I'd like to hold on to it and play with it a little bit. And
Nope. Just consider it rescinded. It's better.
Okay.
What
it's
if you emptied out all the darkness?
I don't need it for me. I use it for you guys when you need to escape. And if it's localized to that thing, I don't need
that
it.
one.
Okay.
There aren't any little animals.
I've spent too much money on that.
There's probably, I don't know.
Sparrow's disappointed at the lack of cute little animals.
Make something up.
Well, let's
There's
see
a
if
little
what's in the
snake.
other chests. Let's see what's in the other chests, if there's anything in there. Lenny will poke one with his axe again,
Okay.
and then see if it'll open.
Okay.
Does it open?
Mm-hmm.
What's in it?
There doesn't look like there's anything in this one.
Okay. So Lenny will knock that chest aside
Melvin will look for a false bottom.
and see what's in the other one.
Okay. There's also nothing in that one.
There's nothing.
Okay.
There's nothing in the. It was all in the other one.
So as you start looking around, are you looking on the inside for this false bottom?
Yeah, traditionally, me knowing the way false bottoms work, either there's going to be maybe a false top
Okay.
in the chest lid and then on the bottom
Okay.
of it. And, so I'm looking for just, I'll take my dagger, stick my dagger. First thing I'll do is look at the depth.
Okay.
So, I'm looking on the outside, feeling how far my dagger goes to the bottom. And if
Okay.
it seems like it's elevated, if it is elevated, I will check for traps before I try to open up a false bottom.
Give me a roll with advantage. So you're only rolling a straight roll
Why do I get advantage?
because you're like looking specifically for a certain thing.
So perception, that would be
If you don't want advantage, you can roll disadvantage.
No, 18. I just want to, rules are rules. Let's follow them.
Oh, okay.
So
because you are looking for a very specific
Yeah.
thing.
18.
Okay. Yeah. As you sort of like stick your dagger in the bottom, like you realize that like you can sort of lift it up by like putting just a little bit of pressure on it and sort of like pinching it against the side wall.
Okay. Do you want me to roll for traps to see if it's trapped
You're
before
checking for traps. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Same thing. I'm assuming. So
Yeah.
yeah. So go ahead and give me a straight roll.
Oh, just a straight roll.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be a natural 20 then.
Okay. Yeah. There's nothing.
Okay. No, I pull it off. So that's my second 20 of the night, guys.
There
But
you
one
go.
doesn't count. But just okay. So I'll I just force the dagger in, and I kind of lightly. I try not to bind it, so it just kind of pulls up the side.
There's a piece of sort of folded paper that's sort of stuck along the bottom of it. It looks like it might be sort of a map.
If he's being sneaky, I have a 5 on perception roll to see if I see what he's doing.
His at this point, his back is sort of to you
Well,
as he's doing this. So
There you go.
So there looks like there's a piece of paper. It looks like a map. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and take it
Okay.
out and take a look at it.
so when you get to it, it looks like the octagonal chamber that you're in, and it sort of has all the side rooms and corridors laid out. The two sort of south and east or west diagonals look like to go back up somewhere. You're not quite sure where. Map doesn't really dictate that. It also sort of shows part of the chamber that goes back out. And there's a room off to the side that looks like it might have been the one that has the sculpture of the snake in it. And there's what languages do you speak?
Common, Elfish, Thieves' Cant, Dwarfish, Undercommon. Sorry.
Okay. They're in both Elvish, and there's another language that you can't quite discern. It's the word of void in that room with the sculpture.
Okay. Is it the sculpture room that I think we've already walked by?
It's the one Lenny.
Yeah, the one that
Lenny peeked into.
Right. I mean, I'm assuming all of us as we walked by just looked in on it. I mean,
yeah, you would have seen like the sculpture.
The hooded snake.
I like this. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Sculpture.
I'm like, well, Lenny, and as I walk up, as I'm walking over to the other one, Beryl, here's a map. You did good, Lenny, avoiding that one room with the statue, according to this map.
What's it say?
It says in Elfish, it says the closest common word would be avoid.
Avoid, not a void.
Oh, wait.
Not a void and not ovoid. Avoid.
Avoid.
No,
Don't-
I speak Elvish.
Yeah. So yeah. So then I'll check the other one too.
The other chest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing. Same.
I'd say it's a different roll though.
Okay.
It's two different.
Does it, and the map will show the other
Oh.
room that we haven't opened the door to yet?
Yeah, it's just got a very generic outline of it. It doesn't have anything in it.
Okay. So a 13 on that one.
Okay. Same thing. Just sort of poking around. This time though, you don't find anything.
Okay.
What about the one we emptied?
Oh, is it empty now? We've taken everything out of it. Okay. I'll check that.
I assume.
Yeah. Sorry, I totally didn't. That would be a 21
Okay.
for perception.
Yeah, this one definitely, it does not look like there's anything. There's no, even with what'd you say, 21?
Yeah.
Like you're pretty thorough with it, and it doesn't look like there's anything with it. So.
Okay. As I stand up, as I'm walking away, I just want to just really quickly pull the chests sort of not from where they were.
So I pull them off of like where.
Yeah, it's just to like look to see if.
Well, I had already.
Lenny sort of chucked them.
Yeah, like looked up, nothing. Looked up.
So you
nothing.
pulled them off the ground.
Well, it's like there's nothing in this one. Grab it by the lid and throw it off to the side.
Oh, okay. Okay, then we could do it.
Okay. What's the map say? Where to?
It really doesn't say. It shows more directional down those hallways a little bit. Really, it seems like more like maybe they were coming from somewhere else to here, coming down the hallways. There's this room. Like, I'm assuming that we're all just sort of in the big room now.
Yeah.
It shows this room pretty clearly. It shows it shows that this hallway, because you've only opened one. So this hallway. So I'm assuming that door there is going to be a hallway.
Okay.
Because it's not
That's
not
what
open.
the
Snake statue room and tells us to avoid that.
Done.
That's all it says.
So which hallway do we want? Because we want to get out of here.
Is there any? Was there any indication of what the hallways like? If it was drawn from the out in, is there one that showed more? Like, did one of the hallways show more rooms, or did the other ones, or were they just the hallways? So like what's missing down here, right? So
like if there's stuff.
Was there like a room here, but then there was another door here that was on the map? Right?
There's no. I would say there's no doors. They just sort of like
Just go off the map.
truncate. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
Okay.
it.
So
In the way that like you would show like a line continues by like just sort of breaking it.
yeah, it's a crapshoot.
Which hallway to go? Wait.
The right way. So we go the right way.
Before you
Matt's displeasure was the best.
Lenny.
That's like one of the few times I've heard Matt go, that idea, yeah.
That's good. That's good. That means I'm succeeding at playing that character. So if I'm facing him, the one on the right will be the southwest one.
Yeah.
Let me do a quick
The radio
double check
store
on
the other
something.
made my whole carpool in the morning groan.
What was that one?
The marijuana one, something about high.
What was your story about it?
I don't know, but it's on the morning, like 10:30, 10:45, or 7:45.
wait, a story like on the radio?
Yeah. Was that you? It sounded like you. I'm half awake. It's like something with the marijuana stuff, and there was a line in there about something being high.
See, the things you say. Come back. That can be okay.
So the right, Lenny wants to go the right way, not the
Left way.
It's what's left.
I like that. That's a good one.
I'm just trying to consolidate my map with everything else I've got drawn.
And Lenny gets to squish his cape too.
Oh yeah, Lenny's got a dashing cape now.
Yeah.
It does.
What does the cape do, or do we not know that?
We don't know that
It
yet.
looks
It
dashing.
looks
It
dashing.
looks amazing.
Oops.
Yeah, kick the table.
Mm.
Delete. Well, 20's slowing down on me. Sorry, folks.
What spells did you pick?
Just
We ended the night talking about all the different types of spells. So we had a conversation about how Matt was going to reload his spells and start working on spells a little bit.
yeah, I there's protection from evil, good. There's detect evil and good, which I thought I would try out and see if that might come in handy. Thunder Smite, Lesser Restoration, Zone of Truth.
Nice.
So
Lesser Restoration's good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The good and evil. So in 5th edition, and this is way above board at this point. In 5th edition, good and evil. It's a little different than the older versions, right? Like because there's no more detect alignment.
Detect good and evil. Yeah. Yeah, there's no, it's...
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Aberration, Celestial Elemental, Fae, Fiend, or Undead.
and this is what I was thinking about
Well, you know if there's a...
Oh, for your bones.
for my bones. Yes.
Mm.
Well, yeah.
What?
Until we get back to Waterdeep and we get back to Glitterheim, we got a little while. You can
I know.
maybe,
I'm
just
right.
Bones.
I just gotta play around with it.
Oh no, but yeah, but like that part, but yeah, like, and it can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked. That's typical. But this aberration, celestial, elemental, fae, fiend. So when you're at a door,
Yeah.
you hear noise. This is where this one might come in handy. If you're ever actually at a door before it gets opened.
Before Lenny gets to it.
You hang back though. So, but
The other thing too is, so a lot of Fae and Fiends sometimes try to do like invisibility.
yeah,
And so that
or
sort of-
disguise self.
Yeah, so that doesn't negate that, but it helps you sort of like get more information.
So you could go into a room, right?
Yeah.
It's a ballroom, right? You're and you're like, detect good and evil. And then you could...
I need to find some way to have like a giant like masquerade ball.
His girlfriend can have one. when we
And
get
all
back to Waterdeep.
but like it's so it's like what was the Tom Cruise Nicole Kidman movie?
Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah,
Or
like an Eyes Wide Shut kind
Yeah.
of thing, or it's just like this weird like dance like thing, and then you do detect evil and good, and it's like celestials and fiends.
Yeah.
It's like
Intermingled. Yeah. But yeah, so you
Why
can walk...
it's their
you can-
masquerade
so, like,
thing, because it's like
you know-
their once every so often thing where they can.
like it.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, that's a good... I mean, it's fun. You know, so that's good too. I think lesser restoration is always important.
Yeah.
And then what's the other one?
Thunderous Smite and Zone of Truth.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, you've seen Lenny use the truth, so you know what that's
Mhm.
it can be like.
All right. So this is what Lenny sees.
All right, so Lenny, you sort of walk down the.
Is the
assuming-
hallway going up or down, or is it still level?
It's still level at this point, yeah.
Okay.
So the void room was above us, though, right?
the void,
The void.
AVOID.
Yeah. now it's
The
void.
don't
No,
go here
it was.
room.
I thought it was the same level. It's the
Or-
hero
No,
room.
above us, as in where we've already came.
Orientation.
above
Oh
us.
yeah,
Above us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever your orientation is, I don't judge.
Okay. Lenny?
What do I see?
Or how far are you getting down?
Until I see something.
Well, you see that this corridor sort of opens up. It's at an angle to another room.
Well, I'm walking down until I see the room.
So, like, here?
Mm-hmm.
Or, okay. So it opens up. It's about a 20 by 25 room. There's a door on your right and a door across from you. In the center of it, it looks like there's a sort of an inlaid circle of, it looks like almost pure black stone, like almost like an onyx, sort of in the center.
That looks bad.
Boy, if this paladin thing doesn't work out, I should become a mason. There's plenty of work to do.
Yeah. So there's a room here, and there's 2 doors and a black circle. I don't know what it means.
This wasn't on the map, right?
Correct.
Probably smart to stay out of circles unless we know what they are.
I won't even poke it. It looks bad.
That's probably the wisest thing you've done all day, Lenny.
So I'll go to the door that's closest to me and see what's on the other side, though.
So this one?
Yeah, that one.
Matthias, are you in the room?
I'm in the room. I'm outside the circle looking at it, but I'm not in the circle.
Okay.
I don't want to touch it. I want to see what it looks like.
And Lenny, you're looking at the door.
What is it? I'm assuming it's a solid door. It's not a gated.
Yeah, this one is
Can I open it?
going. It feels like it's either locked or stuck.
Okay. Can I shoulder it? Give it a shoulder and see.
Yeah.
See what it does.
Do you like say athletics?
Sure. 14.
As you sort of like thrust your shoulder against it, it doesn't give.
Okay. So this door's locked.
Okay.
Can you use your magic on it?
I can try. I'll come in.
I really want Lenny to be like the barbarian spellcaster that Thomasina has pitched.
Oh yeah, right.
It's like I use knock, and it's just like battle axe into the door, and throwing rocks.
Yeah. 26.
You're able to unlock it.
I'm listening.
It opens into a sort of 15 by 12
I will
chamber.
unlock it and step aside for Lenny.
Thank you. Did you roll a disadvantage on that?
Yeah, you did.
How many times are you going to keep asking?
I
I rolled a natural 20 and a 16.
Wow, nice.
As
You
soon as
just roll this dice at me.
that's a start nat 20 tonight, and that's with different dice too. And so as soon as the skull goes away, he's gonna not hit a 20 at all.
What I'm supposed to do? I have a fucking glowing orb skull following me around, cursing me and making my life fucking hell. I got it. I'm cued in on that.
Okay. I'm just like I had to do a double check because it was like
Because I rolled a 16.
yeah.
Right. I got it.
You're
This
trip
is giving you
planning.
disadvantage.
On everything.
I'm not trip planning. I wanted to double check.
I got
I've
you.
never heard of it.
Yeah, because it sounded like a high
I've
roll.
never heard of it.
Yeah, I mean like okay, well that seems like a
And I had 1 point of exhaustion. Because I couldn't sleep.
That hurts, though.
What's in the room?
I don't know. I stepped aside.
I started to explain it.
Yeah, you
I
did.
opened up into a 3x20 room, and there's a door that goes back to the right.
It's basically another hallway. It's a little bigger than the hallway, but it's basically a hallway.
You can go back up to
It's a
that other
double
room that
wide
we
hallway.
started in.
Yeah, it's double wide hallway. It's boring room. I'm sorry, that's a little thing to say.
It's a double wide hallway.
At this point, are you telling us that?
Yeah.
Malvine will actually.
Trust but verify.
No, I just. It's a boring room, Lenny. But what are you looking for? Are you looking to look, or are you looking for something specific? Because I'm looking for something specific. I'm looking for a door that gets us out of here.
I would like that door too.
I saved somebody from death. They had a job. And because of that, we fulfilled that job. And I'm now stuck with this.
And you want to
So-
get rid of that.
So getting out to find the hand of Yatar,
It's number one.
yeah, pretty much. So,
Okay.
so a boring hallway that leads to another door that might get us out of here is maybe high on my priority list.
If you want to check that door, I'll check the other door.
Okay, I will go into that room.
Then I'll go down.
Okay. Will attempt to check the door.
Okay. It actually unlocks. Like it's not locked, so
Okay. Is there anything that potentially could be a trap?
that's a roll.
So it would be 19.
Okay. Fair enough. There's
That was
nothing.
2 12s
Um,
simultaneous.
nice. There's nothing.
Okay. Then I will open the door but not go in.
Okay. As it opens up, it sort of extends about 5 feet, and then it looks like it might be a stairwell. Doesn't look like it might be. It is a stairwell. It starts going up.
Okay. So Lenny, do you want to check your other door? There's a stairway
Yeah.
that is descending up or down.
It's going up.
Okay. This is descending upward. So
Up
You wanna
is good.
up is good for getting out of here, but depends on where we double back around to.
And the other room might be filled with gold, so we should probably look at it.
Absolutely.
Are we trying to get back to the portal? Is that what we're trying?
We need to get rid of the skull thing.
We-
No,
Yes.
I'm not. You can go to the portal.
No, I'm just asking.
I am leaving this building to go find the hand of Yatar to finish a job that they had requested and sent it to Baxi to go get. Broken shard.
Yeah, because the skull is really annoying. So let me check the other
Okay.
door. Is it open? Good catch. Good hands.
I would
I've
not
only
have
at
caught
one point
that.
in my life.
So, going on here, Lenny.
Yes, please.
So it extends in a long hallway with a door at the end.
It's another long hallway. Do you want to check it, or do you want to do stairs to see if we can get out of here?
This hallway is going a different direction than we've been from so far. This stairs seem to be going back up to.
What does the map say?
The
We
map's
don't
no
have
longer-
a map for here.
It's no longer.
The map was
we're-
only the octagonal room.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
it's only the-
off of it.
Beryl, do you want to give me? I'm trying to think of what would be a good dungeon delving ability.
Tact.
Is that intelligence?
Then
Perception or
Well, if she could use her stone carving, which would be investigation for.
I mean, if you're asking where you're at, I feel like that would be
I'd say either survival or investigation.
perception or investigation or survival, whichever might be.
well, I have +2 on both perception and survival, so.
Or investigation.
Yeah, not so much.
I do have a handy
Ready.
background feature
That's
for
the real
this.
question.
19.
Okay.
Yeah, I did grow up in caves and
You-
shit.
After like you start thinking about it and how like the distance that you've traveled, while this looks like it might go up to the level of the main floor, it's just outside of where the throne room might be.
And we didn't explore all of those.
Well, I did. Well,
Did we?
I explored sideways.
I was going to suggest
Um,
I could cast locate object on grass.
what's the distance?
I
1,000 feet.
Don't
think
you
that
can-
works in it when it goes
You
through all
could
the stone.
try.
Here.
It smells like this there 1 foot of stone.
This is why you DM. So you get people like going,
But that's
I'm
awesome.
gonna try
I mean,
to do this.
Locate object.
yeah. I mean,
Object.
Locate
Locate object.
I think that's an entirely different ability.
Yeah, you have to go downtown across from the bank for that one.
Locate object.
You need to be able to describe or name an object that is familiar to you.
Sense it.
Grass.
But you haven't
That-
been to Yartar.
Yeah, you don't know what the
before.
grass in Yartar is like, and you haven't met that specific.
But
The
you
spell
can cast it on an object that you know or you're familiar with.
But what am I familiar with in Yartar?
You
A
could
lizard,
you could-
kobold.
you could cast it.
A kobold's magic rock.
You could cast it. Well, we're not worried about Molo,
No, but he's
right? But Broken Shard, you could cast it on Broken Shard, the Tabaxi.
It would need to be an object. I don't think you
Yeah.
can cast it on a person.
Oh, then we couldn't cast it on Molo either.
Oh,
then.
it's Molo's magic rocks.
If he doesn't have any, there. If he expended his 3 rocks,
His sling.
why don't you cast it on? You could cast it on the bracelet that you saw me give him, like ours.
Oh, okay. How about I do that?
Okay.
Based on Malvine's suggestion, I'd cast locate object on bracelet.
Okay. Where you're at presently. So if you're looking down the corridor, you're not getting any sort of sense that it's that direction. You are getting a sense that it's back through the door that you opened previously.
The stair
back
door.
out. Yep.
It's coming from the stair door.
So lead the way.
Okay, to the stair door.
Up
You,
is good.
you have the homing device
Up
built into you.
And it's as long as it's within 1,000 feet. So
1,000 feet.
And if it goes away though,
How
at
long
the
does
point
the
it
spell
goes
last?
away,
10 minutes.
at the point it goes away though, that doesn't mean that it just moved out of that 1,000 feet. So if it goes away and then comes back,
So upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once you get to the top of the stairs, there's sort of a cellar door, essentially, that looks like it's covering the
Okay.
whatever the entrance is.
Can I open it?
It takes a little bit, like you really have to like sort of push it against, but it does sort of open, and as it does, sort of like grass and sod and dirt start filling in behind where the doors.
Oh, yuck.
So it's getting all over your really nice clothes.
Yeah, I know. I got to brush it off. Shake
But
it
yeah,
off.
and as you sort of like open up the doors, you realize like the manor hall or wall is sort of right alongside your left hand side, and there's sort of another wall that's sort of like else, and so it's hard to explain, but the wall on your left looks like it might be like the throne room area, the long sort of slender
Explaining it.
start of my brain is about done.
You're good. You're good.
But yeah,
We're outside,
You are
right
outside,
next to the building.
and actually, because you started more toward the night and you did a long rest, it's actually starting to like the next day is starting to just get started now.
We're outside. We've made it. Now we can find your head people.
The hand of Yotar. Well, let's find since you're
The head of the hand.
let's while your spell lasts, let's look for
Oh yeah,
Molo.
let's see if Molo's around.
and then we can find the
Yeah,
hand.
because if we find Molo, we find the head of the hand.
we might find the tabaxi that's part of the hand.
Oh, okay. So we'll find
And if we
the,
find
we'll,
her,
we'll
she
find the
might take
hand,
us.
and then the hand will take us to the head.
Not to be mistaken with the hand and the head that we're looking for actually from Waterbaron.
Yeah, and the eye, right?
And I.
The eye.
What is this shit? An asshole. Brody, you could probably pull it up faster than I can. You want to pull up a map of Qatar?
Yeah. Oh, actually,
Yarder sauce, right?
Yeah.
Famous.
Yatar.
Yartar. That one? Fourth one?
Fourth one.
Not fifth, it's fourth. There you go.
it's thinking.
So as you sort of get out, you realize you're in a small sort of walled off complex, but there are different gates and things. And because it's early enough in the day, the guards are on shift or a little slightly dazed. You're actually sort of starting here on a hill. And as you start going this way, this is sort of like the direction that you're going. And I'm going to retcon and sort of collapse some time. As you start honing in on where your sort of bat signal is coming from, you're sort of confronted with a large warehouse with a couple of like just surly dudes hanging out. They're just talking shit. They're not really paying attention. It doesn't look like they're like actually keeping watch or keeping an eye on the door. But definitely get a sense that the bracelet is the signal is coming from inside.
I will go up and just walk by Lenny and walk up to the gentleman, and
I'll walk with him because I'm the muscle.
I will say, good morning. I'm a cousin, and our shared aunt sent me here to visit the family estate and bring luggage to leave with our uncle.
One of the guys just kind of looks at you. He sort of sees the gold skull hanging out, and like it's still chattering at you. And he turns and he whispers to the other guy, and they both just like start busting up laughing. And the first one sort of like is laughing at you, and he sort of like slaps you on the shoulder, not hard, not maliciously. It's just like almost like he can't believe what he's seeing. And he sort of like leads you to the door and like opens the door, and it's like just keep going, walking back, and you'll find who you need to talk to.
These are all cousins as well.
He just starts to lead you in. As you sort of like go in and you start walking in, and there's different like people hanging out. This looks like it might be like a small encampment where like people just sort of hang out. This is sort of like where they begin their day, and everybody's sort of getting ready for like breakfast and just hanging out. As you sort of start walking through them, like periodically you get one or two of them sort of like looking at you, just funny, like trying to figure out like what the hell's going on here.
He's the head guy. Couldn't pass it off. I'm sorry.
Lenny, you're on tonight.
On point.
So funny.
Particularly
Oh
Lenny.
man, I'm
Particularly
so happy
Lenny.
at this point. Oh.
The right way, not the one that's left.
Bingo.
You're still getting a really strong signal that's coming from that direction.
10 minutes
And
though.
there's a that's fine. You're
Okay.
getting pretty close to the end of it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But, there is looks like a room that's sort of walled off, and there's sort of a double door, but they're not locked anyway. They're like swing. Like they're all think of the old style west
The
door.
red dog.
The red dog.
but they're tall. Like they're full size doors.
and like we're in warehouse, like
That's
Somewhere around there.
like here.
sure.
You
Warehouse,
wanna
I guess.
grab me
Yes.
so I don't have to climb over everyone?
And if there's like a red or
A red.
I'll just walk right to the doors.
Or do you want a?
Okay.
I'll walk right to the
Um,
doors.
You're inside. As you get inside, there's a couple of people sort of lining the outside wall. There's sort of there's a table in the middle of the room, and at the head of the table,
Best I can do is.
that's fine. There's sort of a seasoned man, human, sort of long black hair, pretty unkempt, kind of unruly. Sort of wearing generic armor on it. You recognize a couple other people that are at the table, but then there's two other people sort of playing what looks like a dice and cup game. At the table is Molo and the Tabaxi.
Nice. Where's the gentleman sitting?
The far end. So if like imagine you sort of walk in from my perspective, Monica would be at his end.
And is there a table in front of him?
Yeah, there's a big table, and there's 2 or 3 seats that are available.
Okay, I'm gonna walk all the way up to the front table, and I am going to take everything on the fucking table and fucking clear it out from it.
That's amazing.
And I'm gonna fucking jump on the table. I'm gonna grab my fucking arrow, and I'm gonna fucking sling an arrow straight at his fucking head. And I'm gonna say, if this was some fucking initiation fucking joke to break in the tabaxi here, this is fucking wrong. You have until I count to 10 to dispel this, or I will fucking loose this and I will die tonight.
Fair enough. He starts laughing.
And I let go of the arrow. I'm fucking attacking.
Okay.
That would be 16 to hit.
It hits him square in the fucking chest.
And if he's not in combat, that's a fucking...
Do it.
So 6 plus 6 plus 6. 6, 12, 14 plus 6 more. 20.
He basically you hit him square in the fucking shoulder, and as and he's not happy at this point.
My name is Malvine from the 3rd house of Varin. I am an assassin trained by the fire knives of Westgate. Bring it.
And at this point, Lenny is going to walk up and lay on hands on the guy because that was absolutely hilarious. and Lenny is trying to defuse the situation.
Okay.
So
How much?
So no, I'll just heal him up. If he hit him for 20, I'll heal him up.
Whoa.
And say, hey.
And
Yeah.
Malvine is standing in the middle of the fucking table, spinning around,
Yeah.
looking, egging,
And
sneering,
so if you
listening
want
to
to
this
give,
fucking golden O fucking chatter at me. And I'm just fucking, I'm like, I haven't even gone for my second arrow, but I'm like,
Yeah.
just waiting.
just say,
Fucking bring the attack.
like,
Arrow's gonna move so
We're
her
ready.
back's to the table and she can see more of the room.
So your back's to the table.
Well,
so you can see.
backs to
So
the
I can-
walls or
No,
No,
like,
she's
so
gonna turn
I-
her back to me.
Back to
Right.
Malvine's antics. Just
Let's let me draw this out really quick.
okay. Like, yeah, what would Lenny say to persuade / draw down tensions, which Lenny does not normally do?
Oh no, the calm one who usually has.
Yeah,
pretty
I know.
Oh, is this guy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's why. That's what I was trying to figure out. Like, what would Lenny be doing? I think he would be saying, "Do you feel better? If so."
Who are you asking?
The guy he just laid on hands. The guy he just laid on hands, because presumably the guy got thrown back onto the ground. Lenny's like, "Oh shit!" Lay on hands, like pull the arrow out. I don't know what else involved, or if it magically
you would probably want to
dispels.
pull the arrow out.
Well, I didn't know if it like magically dispels or
I think it does. I think
No, you just pull it out.
Pull it
and then
out, lay on
hands,
the-
and it
lay
just-
on the hands.
Then that's when the magic begins to.
But like whatever you did, he undoes the 20
Right.
damage.
Yeah.
And he just like looks at the guy and says, "You okay now?"
And he asks you, "Is she dead?"
We've killed a lot of she's. I
Yes,
think
the Water Baroness. Is she dead?
the skull kept us from doing it. Can you get rid of the skull and then maybe?
And pay me for my fucking time.
Lenny's like, wave up.
Trying to push back.
Skull first. Skull first.
It's
Skull
like a
first.
really bad bar fight.
I just
You're really
want
trying
to know
first.
if the arrow's still in the dude. Is
No.
he
He
pulled
pulled
it
it
out.
out. He pulled it out.
You ripped that.
I
Um,
did not hear that.
Yeah, sorry. Pull it out. Lay on hands.
Ow.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Especially because Lenny's not exactly gentle.
He does sort of chuckle a little bit and points to you, sort of looks at you. He's like, "I can explain. Please ask your friend not to shoot me again."
Calm the. I don't know what the equivalent F down like.
Calm the
Lenny
frack
would-
down.
Calm
Lenny
the-
would probably
You're
say,
gonna
"Calm
Battlestar
the F
Galactica
down."
it? Frack.
Calm the F down.
Calm the-
What's the other one? I don't know.
he's
Yeah.
not far off, but our intention was for the tabaxi to bring the skull back. We have no idea how you got involved in this, and yes, the skull is a bit of a joke. Anybody that touches it gets cursed. The only time we've ever successfully had somebody bring it back, we fed it gems. Once we feed it gems, you feed it enough, it will go away.
So I fucking.
Wait
I
a
fucking
second.
sling another arrow. Go ahead.
God damn it.
Oh wait, you put your hand up. I won't let. But I'm
Well,
slung.
okay, you say sling because I assume that involves firing. So that
No. I
would like
notch
to
one.
You're
persuade.
at the table, buddy.
I would like
Yeah,
to
I'm just
persuade the
watching
guy
this.
that he should bring us gems now.
And then I lean over and I that's what exactly.
I was gonna say, like, let me borrow your hand real quick, and I would like lift up his arm and try and make him touch the skull
Okay.
and see if like it attaches to him.
If it attaches to him, it does not.
Oh shit. Okay.
Because remember,
Then-
it swelled around.
Then I would recommend listening to Beryl.
Okay, what's Burl say?
I recommend you bring us some gems to feed
Okay.
it now.
And that's what I was gonna say too. I go, what she said, you will pay to have this thing removed.
Should
He sort of quivers. Are you
I roll for
persuading
persuasion?
or?
Well, I'm sure you're
Did you
doing
have
like your
advantage
like
since
fire
I'm-
hand.
Yeah, I would give you advantage at that point. This guy is kind of in persuasion or intimidation.
Persuasion.
Well, you got advantage, right?
Yeah, you have
Yeah,
advantage.
Oh, I have
gave you
advantage?
because I'm fucking. I just said what
Arrow
she
to the
said,
face.
and I have an arrow notched.
Right.
Well, I
drop
have
it
some
down.
little acid bubble in
Yeah,
my
I heard
hand.
you were doing your like fire hands thing.
I'm going to go with the 12 and not the 2, so 17.
Okay.
Or 19.
You hear him yell a name, Arturo, and fix the skull. And you see sort of a very skinny, frail guy, sort of part a couple of people along the side. And he brings the chest out, and he's like slowly dragging it out. And as he does, he puts a key into it, opens it up, and it is filled to the top with rubies and sapphires and onyx and just all sorts of gems and stones. When we get done with this, I owe you a drink. And
That's what the guy is saying.
the guy's saying to
Everybody's looking at me like, sure doesn't owe me a drink. You also will owe me payment for saving your tabaxi
Skull first. Skull first.
And-
Skull first.
1 day's worth of putting up with this joke. 500 gold pieces worth of gems should do me fine.
we'll work it out. Once we get done with this, the skull, I don't know where we're going to be at with gems, but we'll make it right.
So I will, as graceful as possible, being a disadvantage, I will just plot myself because he's in his chair. Is he like? And I'll just
I'm assuming Lenny's got him stood up
Standing.
like, from the
So-
floor.
Yeah.
I will go from
Like,
a standing
I'll pull it back
position
up
to
on
a
those
sitting
two.
position on the table with my legs around him, sort of.
Okay.
So, and then just, and I'll pull as I'm dropping down, I'll
Yes,
pull my
you got
arrow
it
back.
like
So,
aimed right
like,
here.
but it's like, it's like plop down, sit down,
So Arturo,
and then I'll go ahead and unnotch the thing.
Okay, as you're doing this, Arturo is like slowly dragging the chest up, and the gentleman who's sort of at the head of the table motions for a couple other people to help him put the chest up on the table, sort of in between him and you, as you're sort of like sitting there cross-legged over it,
Yeah, Lenny is
That sounds
behind
like it.
his chair in
Okay.
the sense that he has helped.
helping
Put
him
it-
get him back up.
But he has done that, but he has done it very firmly with like his hands on the shoulders of the guy.
Okay,
That makes it very clear.
and he says,
I'll wink at Lemmy.
there's about 10,000 gold pieces worth of gems in here. You'll have to feed the skull.
Okay, so I'll start reaching in, and at first I'll just handful them up there.
Okay.
Just like,
He just starts like chomping away at
Okay.
it.
Okay.
And you get like, you start getting like dust and stuff all over you.
I get ruby tests and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll just keep doing it. About halfway through the process, though, as I'm pulling the hands out, I'm gonna start inspecting the gems.
Okay.
And if there's like, I want fine quality, right? Not more than good, but they don't have to be like very rare. You know, like that fine quality gem. If I see one, I'm just gonna put that off to the side and
Okay.
feed them. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
and I'll take about 5. I'll put about 5 gems off to the side, and then just feeding.
Okay.
You know.
As you're doing this, like he just continues to chow. You get to the last gem, and he's still there. You estimate that you've gone through probably probably close to like 8,000 worth of gold pieces and gems at this point.
And it's still there.
It's still there.
Instead of
Yeah.
a rubber.
Hungry little
I'll
bastard.
empty out the entire like.
Well, you're getting down. You're getting down to the end of the chest at this point. Like you're at the last stone.
Okay, so the box is empty.
Yeah,
Okay,
and you still got
That's
5
Yeah.
over there.
so then I will reach down, and I will look at the entire time with the gentleman. I'll just take a look at him, feed it one, stare him down, check to see if it's still there.
Yeah.
Feed him another one.
Okay.
And I'll do it for all 5.
Okay.
Just never looking at, just always looking at the gentleman in the eyes, and all 5 are gone.
And once you get done with the last one, it's like okay, and he disappears.
Friend, that was a very expensive prank from you.
That it was.
It could have been even more expensive
Oh
too.
no! If I can interrupt, Lenny, it will be more expensive.
Oh, okay.
Because now we have my payment that is due. I am one of your kind, but not part of your guild. And this is the way you treat them. Compensation must be had.
He sort of like he nods.
I was gonna say that seems fair
He nods
and good.
and you're clearly agitated. You're clearly upset. Please stay. We'll make sure you're fed, rested. I'll get you your payment. Don't have to leave. I won't leave. You can sit here and I can tell you the whole point of sending the tabaxi on this goose chase and why we were running the Gold Skull and why we're so curious about the Waterbaron in this. We'll feed you.
Does this mean I can't blow him up?
You can still blow them up. I'm
asking Malvine, not you.
I look at like the 3 of you really.
They're stalling.
No, they know better. Thieves' honor. I hate to say that, but we came here via the portal. We have to find out why the connection between Waterdeep and Utah and the Waterbaron is. And if they have information, then we should stay and let them drown us in the courtesies that belong to us at this point. So we should at least entertain.
That's good.
And drowning's too good for them. So I say we stay.
All right.
I'm going to call it a night because it's 10.
Oh,
And my brain is about done. I worked a 10-hour day today.
Oh, no. But we rescued you.
I wish I had more for you.
No, it's all
My
good.
brain is literally dead.
We rescued Bolo. That's a successful mission.
Yeah.
If that's
As I was
anything-
just hanging out with them.
Exactly, rolling dice. We rescued you from drastically bad dice rolling.
And so, like, if you want, you can get a full rest. At this point, you don't have to go to sleep.
He was resting in the warehouse with in a
Well,
comfortable bed.
he's not gonna-
In a comfortable bed. That's what I'm saying. It's
Right.
like he was resting in the comfortable bed.
Yeah. What did you?
The Adventures of Molo. That's what we need to find out.
It's going to be a one shot. I need somebody to play at the backseat.
Somebody.
I didn't know how else to get in.
into back.
I know you will.
No, that worked out. I mean, if
I thought about holding him hostage, but I was like, well, no.
I didn't know. I think Mo would just be like, okay.
Well, especially like
Follow along.
if Broken Shard
Oblivious.
shows up saying, "These guys rescued me and he's with them," you know, and be like, all right.
What did we do with the Harper?
We
I guess
left
maybe.
him behind.
I guess we send
Because
them.
I thought he had accompanied us.
I thought you had sent them to the portal.
No, he. I thought he.
He was
He-
with you up until like the
Up to the
stone
throne
bombs,
room, yeah. So, but since we didn't want to enter him into combat, we can just say, you know, we sent him retcon.
Well, I like what he said. Send him to the portal, because that would take him to.
I'm taking them to
Sewers.
water.
Yeah, but presumably the Harpers have a presence there and can go back to.
Yeah,
Waterdeep.
actually.
It's possible. Yeah.
Whoa, we were.
Oh, wait a
Skullport.
minute! No,
Not
no,
Waterdeep.
no, no.
Well, yeah,
We
but
sent him to Skull.
but presumably the
think-
Harpers have some way,
No.
some way, not even underground, like an
It's
escape
probably
route.
for his sake. It was probably better that
Let him go. And
yeah, that he
And he
bailed.
found a way into the
That
Yeah,
Arctic.
he found an
he
exit.
can get.
Yeah, he
Okay,
found an
okay.
exit.
Okay,
That's
you
probably-
guys know the Harpers better than I do.
No, it just Skull for it. Half naked,
Yeah, I don't
starved
think we
guy.
want to send him into the dungeon of Skullport brothel.
Yeah.
Unprepared.
I mean, there are worse places to go.
Unprepared and uninvited.
Kind of like, hey, where's your portal? We want to use it.
We came from the portal.
These bracelets. Of course, we're invited.
They were looking. So yeah, so you just linked up with the Tabaxi and came here and been fucking hiding out for the last 8 hours.
Hanging out playing dice.
But
Yeah.
yes.
See if you want any money.
I mean, I'll roll for it.
He spent it all on fleas.
Why
That happened this morning.
Maybe
That did happen at this point.
Maybe some nice crickets. Splurged
I just
a
want you to
little.
know, like the initiation for the Tabaxi, like that was the initial plan in the get-go. Like whenever I put broken shards in the thing, like I'm like, yeah, we'll see where this goes.
And I figured it out. Oh, it's pretty much. You know.
Don't you wish the Tabaxi had been with you though? And like,
Been able
No,
to tell you that?
because that's not Malvine. Malvine's in it to get money, and if having the Tabaxi there, she would have completed the mission. Means she would have been paid. Malvine's out for making money, and if completing a mission gets us paid, that's what he wants to do.
Maybe next time we find a floating golden skull, we should let Lenny pick it up first.
Well, I mean, it was just, you know, the fact like there were so many other things that I was thinking, like when you went to touch it, you know, that, you know, all around the column there was no dust, right?
Mhm.
So I'm thinking all sorts of other magical things than something that gave me disadvantage on everything. I mean, like and the power of it too. Like that was the thing too. It was like that thing was super, like incredibly, you know, and throwing it in as a plot point. That's where it was. That's what threw me. So, of all the things that was in that room, the stuffed animals. Okay, maybe it'll come to life. We'll have to attack all these things, and this is a very, very deadly encounter, right? So, I mean, all those things. Those were all at least level 3 characters or better. So I'm like, okay, well, okay, maybe that's what it is.
Or I thought the animals were protecting the skull.
Right, exactly. So if you touch it before you destroy it, they'll come to life. I'm like, okay, no, okay. Oh, maybe because there's no fire, there's magical things, so that's why there's no dust on it. So that's why too, right? So all the things. So like by the time we checked for traps, we did everything we could to look for magical stuff. We destroyed all the creatures, and then Lenny kicks it over, and the column falls without any damage. At that point, I'm like, all clear, you know. So that's kind of like, and then all of a sudden that happened, and it was